Hello, guys. Welcome to another rant with Eiler and Endicott. What do we got?
Endicott and Eiler. It's Mac versus PC. I don't get what the problem is.
Why do we got to hate each other?
Yeah, like get the computer that makes sense for what you're doing.
Whatever you want, man. I'm not going to hate you for choosing a PC just because I use a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a Mac.
Yeah. That's pretty much, that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry if any of this made sense.
Yeah, right. We all know that you PCers are a bunch of losers.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I rarely see someone that uses Mac hating on like PC users. They will hate on PCs themselves. Like, I think the PC computer is crap.
Actually, that's a good point.
You see, PC users hate on Mac users. They don't ever hate on the computer, they hate on the user.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal with that?
They're like, oh, we can't customize it because I don't have Linux.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't customize it because it's a superior product. You want to know why I like my Mac? It just works.
Yeah, no, that's why I use it. It is simple.
I pulled it out of the box and immediately was able to use it. With my PC, every time I've ever been using a PC, it's always been super complicated. It's like setting it up takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know? My Mac, it just works. And it works with my phone. It works with like my tablet.
Everything connects to it.
They all work together.
They're all in sync and stuff. It's convenient. It's an extremely convenient product.
Yeah. Is it a little bit more expensive? Yeah, absolutely.
But it also lasts twice as long as the other one. So really, you're paying the same price.
Like the biggest problem is that a PC, like 2 weeks after it comes out, there's a better technology. There's a better configuration of PC parts. With Mac, that's not the case. So my computer is not obsolete the second I walk out the Apple Store.
Yeah, they keep on updating it, and everything is pretty much the same update for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, maybe...
And I like the fact that it updates a lot.
Yeah.
The
software updates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like with PCs, the hardware has to be updated constantly. With Macs, the software updates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your tomato. Well, more like tomato-potato, but still.
But, you know, we like Macs, and we don't hate on you PCers. JK!
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, but even phones that are, you know, supposed to be able to be used with PCs,
Androids
they still don't
Googles
work as well.
whatever.
They don't work. Like, the connectivity between devices does not work as well. At least in my experience.
I really don't have anything to say. I mean, the last non-Apple phone that I had was a Droid X, and I hated that thing. It was great for like the first 6 months, and then it stopped caring about life. And that was extremely frustrating because I had a 2-year contract. I had to deal with that stupid thing for another year and a half.
Yeah. The last non-iPhone that I had, I think it may have been a flip phone. Like, I think the first 3 or 4 years that iPhones were a thing, I had a flip phone.
How can you say all that stuff about the non-iPhones having a bad time connecting with the computers then?
Because I've talked to other people that have them.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know?
That makes sense. I mean, almost everyone uses iTunes nowadays, and isn't that a pain on those phones? I know a bunch of people that have like the Samsung Galaxies and stuff, and they have to use something else, but they've already purchased so much on iTunes, and it's just a pain getting that music,
and see, like,
it ain't worth it. I mean, I'm obviously pretty invested into the Mac products and stuff, so I'll most likely stick with it unless they just screw up big time.
Yeah.
Which everyone does.
Yeah.
Whatever, they screw up, then I move on.
Every company has their off days, but
I'm not like a Mac Nazi where it's just, I'll go down with the ship. Yeah, right, man. I'll toss that overboard.
If my iPhone is the only thing that's causing a ship to sink, So long, iPhone.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I'll just get another one when I get back to town. It's like, oh, that sounds so like stuck up to say. Truth be told, I probably would not get another iPhone if the one that I have broke. The reason I have an iPhone is because I've been able to afford it up to this point, but, you know, still had to save up for a long time. Like if my phone broke like tomorrow, I haven't saved up enough money to buy a new iPhone, and I guarantee it's not going to be under warranty. So it's like, all right, well, oops, I guess I'll just, get whatever phone is the cheapest and save up for when I can afford another iPhone.
Yeah.
Like that's the phone that I have now is the iPhone 6 Plus. The reason I have it is because a colleague got it and then realized that his hands were small. And he was like, "It's too big. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Sure, I guess."
That wasn't the reason. That's a funny thing, though.
No, it totally was. It totally was.
Well, he did say
because
like
he was talking about
hands
like
were cramping or something like that.
The phone is too big. It's like, brah.
It was.
Did
But
you not...
he also said that it was like it completely replaced his iPad. He never even used his iPad because his iPhone was too big.
I mean, to that I say, great. Looks like you didn't need an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, no longer need to buy an iPad. That's how I would see it. I just have the 6 mini or 6 whatever regular.
It's just the 6.
But. Yeah, it's fine for me because I had the 5 before, and dude, this thing's like a giant compared to the 5.
Yeah.
I do miss how concealable the 5 was.
Yeah.
You put it in a pocket, it doesn't feel like it's super bulky and stuff. I think phones have gotten a little too big. But it is convenient being that big because we're on them so much, watching videos and all that.
Being the size that I am, I actually don't think the phone is too big. Like the 6
Dude,
Plus
you're a tall boy.
for
you're
me.
tall.
So,
you got big hands and everything.
My hands are massive. Like, look at this. See how much big... Like, we are holding our hands at the exact same distance from the camera.
And I have big hands.
See how much bigger my hand is than his?
Yeah.
Like,
I could grip a basketball.
Yeah. Like, being the size that I am, I don't think it's too big. And, like, even... Like, what's funny to me, actually, is iPhones were small for a long time. And everyone criticized them because the other phones were so stinking big. It's like, oh, look at our size, our cameras, or like our phone is big enough, all this stuff. iPhones became bigger, and people freaked out. They were like, oh, wow, like too big. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's actually
and it's
smaller
still not the biggest phone
than some other phones out there that everyone was like, oh, why isn't iPhone this big? It's just ridiculous. And that's why Apple released the 6 and the 6 Plus at the same time. They were like, here's the big phone that's comparable to all these other phones that keep ragging on us, and here's a phone that's human-sized. But yeah, I think it's fine.
You know what, the cool thing that I saw on YouTube it had to have been over a year ago, but there's a phone or a concept of a phone that's completely customizable.
Oh, nice.
You can put a camera on it. You can put a bigger battery if you don't want, like if you don't care about other things, memory or whatever. But it was completely customizable. I don't know if it's ever going to come out.
That would be amazing.
I mean, that would be convenient, but how much money would be lost on that product for the other companies? It's all about greed. Screw you guys.
If we're being totally honest with ourselves, there's always going to be the guy that is like, I'm going to stick with Apple because that phone just works with my computer and I need the connectivity. But then there's the other guy that's like, these are specifically the things that I want. I want a gigantic camera and I want a gigantic battery,
No, he's not.
There's always going to be the guy that likes to customize his phone. Now, my question is it like you get the phone and then there's a bunch of attachments?
No, I don't think you customize it.
Okay,
and then it comes
like
that
on the
way.
website, you say this is what I want.
Well, I'm assuming that's how it would be.
Okay.
They haven't even got that far yet.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a cool video on YouTube that you can watch. Maybe if we remember, we'll post it on there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably not. We'll forget.
Even though we're going to be watching this at the time that we're posting.
Yeah. Well, that was a few minute rant. I hope none
Yeah.
of that made sense.
If you want to see the last one, you can click my face. If you want to see the next one, you can click Eiler's face.
Yep.
We are doing a new project called the 12 Days of Rantmas. The
Hashtag.
11 days leading up to Christmas and Christmas itself. We're going to have a special video airing each day, and we want holiday topics. We want Christmas topics. We want winter topics, and we want you to comment down below or tweet us, Instagram, Facebook, hashtag 12 Days of Rantmas 2015. Just put all that out there. If you're watching on a phone and you do not have the ability to click the annotation, you can go in the link in the description and you can get links to all of our stuff. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, even the next video or the last video, whatever. We'll put those links in there. That's the Few Minute Rants. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later.
Later, guys.